I never really took the situation serious, and that's my fault. But I just kept thinking in my mind, like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm literally taking care of my kids every day. And like I said, I had never been through this. So I'm like, what is the worst that could happen? Like, they're not gonna take my kids away for what? What have I done? Girl. Anyway, June comes around and my ex tells me that he wants to come see the kids. He said he wants to come to Florida to see the kids when the kids get out of school. Can he, he's on his way. He's coming to see the kids. And I'm like, okay, you want to see them? I said, okay, well, what are you guys going to do? You know what I mean? He said that they're just going to hang out. He's going to hang out with them for a couple days, maybe a week in Florida, in a hotel, I don't know, whatever, a couple days. And that's what's going to happen. I said,
hey y'all, it's Destiny, and yes, we are back with parts 5 and 6 of Who the F Did I Have Kids With by Liv's Life. If you haven't seen parts 1 through 4, don't worry, I do have those on this channel, so definitely check those out. One thing Liv is going to continue to do is lie. So if you're ready to get into part 5 and 6, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and don't forget to hit that post notification bell so you are notified every single time I post.
For part 5 of Who the F Did I Have Kids With? And before we get into this, let me just say, I really didn't want to keep going, but I already started this, so let's just finish it.
So Liv had a whole monologue about how she's going to be strong and she's doing her best to be strong throughout this whole situation, and I really don't care about any of that. So I'm going to fast forward to when she actually gets into the story.
So he spilled the beans, right? Yeah, he did. He walked away feeling so conquered, like he just conquered, my ish yet again. So my boyfriend at the time, he comes in, he's really upset, he's crying. Anyway, that was a whole thing. But we got back together, him and I, me and the boyfriend, and I was honest with him, and it was wrong, you shouldn't ever bring anybody into your toxic mess, like I did with that guy. But it is what it is, and it's over. But baby, get up, mama, I'll get it for you. But all right, so that was December. So after that had happened, since he had told my boyfriend, I was gonna tell his girlfriend.
So I guess now she's going to talk about her talking to Nisha on the phone. This should be good.
So that's exactly what I did. I called her. Remember, I got her phone off. I got her phone number off of his phone when I went through his phone. So I still had her phone number. So I called her one night. I think it was the same weekend that all this happened. I called her and I was like, your man was at my house last night. Blah, 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 blah. I just spilled all the beans and, he's still sleeping with me and blah, 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 blah. Girl, I let it all on the line. I said, yeah, that's what's going on. Since he wants to tell my business and try to cook what I had going on, I was like, I'm going to do it to you. Anyway, it was very immature, but it happens. And, after that, he dropped off the kids. I think the kids were with him this weekend. I don't know, but he dropped the kids off to me, y'all, and I didn't see him. He went ghost, okay? Straight ghost. He barely answered my phone calls. He didn't come see the kids. Remember, he was getting the kids like every weekend. He didn't come see the kids. He wasn't worried about the kids. And like after 2 weeks, I was like, bro, like...
Wait, why did she just speed past what Nisha said on the phone? Didn't she say something? What did she say?
He's not giving me child support. He's not giving me shit. Like maybe a couple $100 here. 1 week, $100. Another week, another $100. Like he's not cashing out, giving me money, paying a bill. He's not doing much of anything, and I don't have him on child support. So... at least you could do is just take them and go spend money on them, go have fun with them. But he stopped even doing that. So I'm like, bro, like, first of all, I need help. You know what I mean? Like, you were taking them every weekend or every other weekend. Like, what's going on? And he just wasn't talking to me. He just switched up on me. He wasn't talking to me. And he wasn't coming to get the kids. So after now we're in January, it's like January 10th. And all this went down, let's say December 18th. Okay, calm down, mama. All of this went down like December 18th, and now it's January 10th, and I haven't heard or seen him.
If all of this is true the way that Liv is saying it, then yes, of course, Gerard is definitely wrong. Wrong for leaving this woman with the children, but we know Liv, and there has to be something she's leaving out.
So I'm just like, okay, bro, like, what's going on? Like, we really need to get it together. Like, we need to get it together. We need to just co-parent. Anyway, he wasn't trying to hear none of that, and he wasn't coming around. So I was like, okay, fine. I got it in my brain where I'm like, you know what? I need to go back to Florida. I'm not getting help here. I came out here for a dumb reason. I came out here. What, mama? I came out here to fix my family. That's not happening. And don't forget that he left us. Okay? I didn't pick up and leave him and was like, you can never see your kids again. No. But I was no longer getting help from him, and I needed to be somewhere where I could get help, and that was back in Florida. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna move back to Florida. He came over one day, finally.
I'm really hoping nobody on TikTok thinks that these children that she has in her care right now are the children she's talking about. Hopefully she tells them that the new children that she has, the 2 new ones, are not by her ex-husband. That should be another series.
And I told him, I laid it all on the line. I was crying and everything. I said, look, I'm gonna go back to Florida. I need to get my mind right. You know, my mom is in Florida, my sister, I'm gonna go. And he knew, you know, I told him. He was like, no, you're not. You're not gonna go back to Florida. Just stay here. I was like, no, I don't want to stay here. I had no business coming out here in the first place. I should have stayed my ass in Florida. You know, that was the smart thing to do. So anyway, y'all, next thing I know, he goes ghost again. Okay, he goes and he just switches up. You know, like, yeah, we had our problems, we had our issues, but we could still communicate. Like, we still had a handle on things as far as like we were still handling our shit. I feel like the moment I called the girlfriend got involved, and she became his talking piece. She became everything because she probably gave him an ultimatum. You know, it's either this or nothing. Like, you know what I mean? And a man like him is gonna take that because, yeah.
I don't understand why Liv didn't tell us what Nisha said on the phone when she called her. Why didn't you tell us what she said?
Oh, okay, so he just switched up on me. He wouldn't talk to me. He acted like I was a stranger to him. It was really weird, and I was just like, okay, whatever. But I was like, I'm still gonna go back to Florida. That's what I had in my mind. It was just the better decision for my kids and I. It was more stability. I had to get my shit together. I had to get my mind right. I had to get myself together. So everyone keeps telling me, Liv, go back to Florida. You know, everyone's helping me get there, and I announce it on social media like the dummy that I am. And next thing you know, girl, I have a private investigator knocking on my door. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? And of course I'm not answering, because who the fuck is that? You feel me? Like, no. Mind you, I'm still taking care of my kids all by myself. I'm still doing everything all by myself with my chest 10 toes down.
So Liv actually did tell us that Gerard put himself on child support. So when was that? Because she keeps telling us that she's been doing stuff on her own for all this time. At what time was he paying child support? Because if he was, which he said he was, that is helping you financially. That means you're not doing it on your own.
Like I always did, right? Anyway, the investigators come in, knocking on the door. Wait, Mama, wait. Knocking on the door. Wait. And girl, I'm not answering, okay? Every knock is going unanswered, okay? Finally, this man starts sitting in front of my house, girl. I'm like, I don't want nothing that you're selling. I don't want to know parts of that, period. So I'm getting my stuff together. I'm getting my little U-Haul, packing it up, doing this, doing that. And, he's just watching me and trying to look for me, trying to find me, trying to locate me. And I guess he was trying to locate me to serve me papers that my ex... Oh, in the midst of all this, around November, we had a child support hearing. Yes. And I didn't want no parts of that. I didn't want no parts of that because I didn't want my kids in the system.
So Liv said she didn't want child support because she didn't want her children in the system. Now, I'm not sure what she means by that, but something tells me that's not the reason why she was running from child support. Liv continued to do so many live streams during this time talking about getting child support, filing child support, needing to get him for child support because he's not helping. But then I guess behind the scenes, she's trying to dodge child support. This is a weird situation.
I did not want my kids in the system. And we had a child support hearing because I was getting medical from the state, I believe. And, you know, you got to put who your baby daddy is on the papers. And they found him and, you know, they want to tax somebody off them papers. And I was just, we had our hearing, and this is another stupid thing I did. I was thinking, I don't want to deal with child support. I don't want to put him on papers. I don't want to do that to him. It's not that serious. Like, just help me, bro. Just pick up your kids, take them shopping from time to time, spend time with them. You really don't have to give me shit because I got everything on my own. If you want to, it's just not necessary. If he was just going to do his part, paid for clothes from time to time, did this for them, took them here, took them there. I didn't need help with my bills. I didn't need help with none of that. And I didn't want to go through that system with him and put my kids in that system.
So you were doing everything by yourself. You didn't want to put your kids in the system, but you were fine putting your children on paper so that you can get a financial benefit from the government. You were fine with getting the food stamps. You were fine with getting the medical, whatever else she was getting. She was fine with putting her kids on paper then, but not when it came to child support. In my opinion, the best option for Liv and Gerard is to get everything in writing, to get everything through the courts, because that's the best thing for them. They can't come together and co-parent. Liv is always going to make things hard for Gerard. That's just what she does. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to have to communicate with her either. So going through the courts, in my opinion, is just the best thing for them.
So I was like, no, thank you. And I understand that's not ideal. And a lot of women get theirs, you feel me? Because fuck him, I'm going to get mine type mentality. And that's cool. But I'm just not that type of person. That's not my get down. And honestly, I don't want no parts of the law in my fucking business. I'm from California. I'm from Los Angeles. We don't get down like that. Maybe some bitches do, but where I'm from, we don't. So that's just that on that. But that was a big fucking downfall on my part. I should have put his ass on child support, but I was still thinking, you know what? I'm not going to do him like that. I'm not going to go out of my way to make his life more miserable, because I don't have to do that. We don't want to be together, cool, but I ain't got to do all that. You feel me? So I didn't, but he did. Girl, yeah. We had a little child support hearing. Oh, stay tuned for part 6. I'll be back.
Before we get into part 6, I just want to say that it's interesting that Liv didn't want child support. Gerard put himself on child support. And even when they went through the courts and the court told him that he could get the kids for the summer, she still had an attitude with that. So the woman that keeps saying that she wanted her children's fathers to be around and be there and pick up the kids and do this and do that, when it was his time to get the children, she blocked it.
Alright, so part 6 of who did I have kids with? Okay, so we had a little child support hearing in the midst of all the bullshit going on in November and December. And at that hearing, we had a virtual hearing. At that hearing, I told the lady that I didn't want child support from him. They offered me like $700 and something. I was like, no, thank you. I don't want that. In the heat of the moment, since everybody wants to remember that I said he needs to give me, look, I was a YouTuber. I am a YouTuber. My baby's grabbing my hair. I am a YouTuber. And a lot of this played out on social media. Okay, when I was hurt, at my lowest, at my most vulnerable, at my most effed up, okay, moments of this situation. So I said a lot of stupid things, okay?
Liv, just face it. A lot of people saw you on a live stream telling everybody the court offered to give you $700 something a month, and you said that wasn't enough. You said you had to pay for Ryan's schooling and all these different things you needed money for, so you wanted $1,000 or more than that. But here goes Liv justifying why she said something different online.
Like, I don't want that shit. You're gonna give me $1,000. I was hurt and I was stupid and I was talking shit. Okay, if I was really hard up for the money, bitch, I would have took anything. Okay, because some of you bitch, Okay? So don't play with me. I didn't want his money because I didn't need his money. Period. So anyway, when that happens, I said no thank you. He then, in turn, he got the bright idea from whoever to take me to court to take my children away from me. Did I know this at the time? No, I had no idea because I never thought he would be capable of doing something like this to me. For what reason? There's nothing, what's the reason? Like, there's no reason to do this to me. Girl, so I'm guessing that's why the private investigator was outside my door. He was trying to serve me them papers.
Liv, are we skipping past the part where he got them for the summer? And you said he was kidnapping them and called the police? So are you saying that y'all went to court, he got them for the summer and I guess some holidays, and then immediately he also went to court and said he wants to take them primarily?
And people kept telling me, don't get served papers in Texas if you're trying to go back to Florida, because once you're served papers, you might not be able to leave Texas. And I was like, girl, I want to leave. Like, not for nothing, just because I need to get my mind right. Like, I needed to get myself together for my babies. And Texas, there was too much bullshit going on. You guys, I felt not only harassed by other people, I felt harassed by my own kid's father. Like, him knocking on the door at 2, 3 in the morning. Like, I got no rest. Everybody kept bothering me, it feels like. But I got my happy ass on that highway, though. I sure did. I went smooth criminal. No, but smooth right out the way of the what is this private investigator? Like, excuse me, get out of my way. And I left Texas.
So it sounds like Liv leaving Texas when there was already some court stuff going on probably helped Gerard get the children. That's just my opinion, though. I don't really know.
Okay, fast forward. Hold on. I left Texas the end of January 2021. So fast forward to the beginning of February 2021. I'm in Florida and I get served with papers at my sister's house. You know what? If this does go viral, I'll show you guys everything. I'll show you the first papers I ever been served. I will show you how he lied on documents, on affidavits, the things he said about me. He lied. He lied. Everything he said about me was a lie. A lie, a straight up lie. And I never thought he would do me like that. Like, could you imagine? Like, okay, fighting, arguing, being toxic, I get it. We were toxic. But this was fucking downright evil.
Liv actually told us that Gerard incriminated himself by telling the judge that he bought illegal substances for Liv. I don't know how true this is, but yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And I just never thought he would do this to me. And not only me, but the kids. Why would you take the kids away from the mother? I'm not cracked out. I'm not living in a box. I'm not in a shelter. I have my shit together. Well, financially, you know, I have my shit together. I was taking care of myself and the kids. I'm not a drug addict. Like, he was the only reason why I was losing my shit. You understand? So I'm like, why wouldn't you just let me... I kept thinking to myself, why won't you just let me get by myself and just get away so I could just heal and just get my shit together? But no, he had no intentions of doing that. He served me with papers, and these papers said horrendous things. Like, I abused my children, I assaulted my children, I do drugs, I this, like that. It was crazy. It was the most horrific thing I've ever seen in my life.
Let me know in the comment section, do you think Gerard was lying about these situations that happened? Or do you think he was being completely honest about the abuse?
And then the court process started. We had Zoom court. I believe the first day was in March. And I showed up pro se, which means by myself. I did not have a lawyer because I didn't feel like I needed to pay for one. Another mistake that I made, thinking that the court system is just. It's unjust. It's not a fair system. It's not a correct system. It's a corrupt system where whoever gets to the courtroom first and whoever pays the most money, they will get the kids. It's not about the kids. It's not about, you know, trying to help the mother and the kids. It's not about trying to help the family in itself. It's just about money.
Now, one question I do have is, how can the court not be just if they were the ones getting all the records for the children's school and just all this paperwork and information that helped to prove you were unfit?
That's all they care about. And me, yes, I made a mistake. I never been arrested. I never even went to court. No, I never even went to court before this situation. So I was like, why would I need a lawyer? I haven't done nothing. I'm literally just taking care of my kids, doing my thing. Girl, well, that was a huge mistake, you guys. And I say this and people are like, duh, Liv. But honestly, I didn't really know this. I was like, why would I need a lawyer? I have done nothing wrong, like literally. But you need a lawyer to fight for you in a corrupt system because we don't know how to do that. Like, but I was just coming with the truth, and I thought the truth would be enough. But the truth is not enough when you're up against liars and lawyers. So like I said, if this does go viral and you guys want to see real paperwork, I'll show you guys real paperwork. I'll show you guys the first motion. I'll show you guys the first paperwork I was served. I'll show you guys everything.
Liv has been saying she's going to show us paperwork for years. I don't believe a word of it.
I don't care. This is a free country. I can show my business. But we went through numerous of court hearings from March to June, okay, of 2021, and I remained the temporary primary caregiver of the children, okay, during this time. I showed up to every court hearing on time by myself, but I fought for my children by myself. Every question the judge asked, I answered. I asked my own questions. I cross-examined him. Like, I did my big one. When I finally did get a lawyer, my lawyer was like, girl, you pretty much, you did your big one, girl. I read the transcripts. Like, you did very good for yourself in court.
One thing about Liv, every single time she said she did her big one, just know she didn't.
I was like, I know. Like, nothing came up. So, June. Okay, from March to June.
Hi, guys.
Hi, baby. From March to June, we're going back and forth. Zoom court. I'm in Florida. He's in Texas. We're doing Zoom. Because at this, remember COVID? There was a big storm in Texas. It was a whole bunch of stuff going on. Still doing everything by myself. Still haven't gotten a dime of child support. It's now June of 2021, and he's coming to get the kids. Remember, I don't have a lawyer, so I don't even... Girl, I knew there was a temporary court order. Girl, I didn't read it because first of all, I was taking care of 3 kids. Honestly, you guys, look at this is another my bad.
Liv, you're taking care of 3 kids, so that means you can't read an important document that has to do with your kids?
I never really took the situation serious, and that's my fault. But I just kept thinking in my mind, like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm literally taking care of my kids every day. And like I said, I had never been through this. So I'm like, what is the worst that could happen? Like, they're not gonna take my kids away for what? What have I done? Girl. Anyway, June comes around and my ex tells me that he wants to come see the kids. He said he wants to come to Florida to see the kids when the kids get out of school. Can he, he's on his way. He's coming to see the kids. And I'm like, okay, you want to see them? I said, okay, well, what are you guys going to do? You know what I mean? He said that they're just going to hang out. He's going to hang out with them for a couple days, maybe a week in Florida, in a hotel, I don't know, whatever, a couple days. And that's what's going to happen. I said, okay, cool, that's fine. So
Liv, you're telling us that even your lawyer didn't communicate with you about what's about to happen? he's getting the children for the summer. So you don't read the paperwork, you don't talk to your lawyer, and you think he's just going there to see the children?
He gets here, he gets to Florida, and like the nice baby mama that I am, even though he's taking me to court, even though he's really trying to take my kids away from me, I show up a day early than when he's supposed to come get them for summer. He showed up the 13th, and I can show you guys that proof too. He showed up the 13th and it was the 14th, and he ended up taking my kids without anything. I'll see you guys on part 7. Wow.
Okay, so I'm confused. She said she knew the day that he was supposed to get them, but she didn't read the paperwork, which told her that he was supposed to get the kids. So you went to meet him so he can spend some days with the children, but when he wanted to leave with the children, you were stopping him. But then the police came because you flagged him down, and then he shows them the paperwork saying that he's supposed to get the kids, and he's allowed to leave with the children. So are you saying that even the police officers can't read? One thing about it, Liv is going to continue to lie. That's just what she's going to do. But y'all have got to let me know what you think about the situation. Why would she say that she didn't know he was taking the children because she didn't read the paperwork, but she also knew that he was supposed to get the children the next day? Just let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next one.